Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at you and your connection to the person that you are needing to learn the most from right now. We're looking at all three sides of it. We've got your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and then the energy in between it. Concept being that there are three sides to every story. So looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and kind of this higher level unbiased truth in the middle. Making sure that was on. I do encourage you to think outside of the box when it comes to these readings. This might not just be a romantic connection. This could be talking about a friend, a family member, a coworker, whoever it is that you are feeling particularly maybe triggered by right now, or just feel like you might be needing to learn something from it this time. All right, Capricorn, on your side, you have soulmate and grounded. I feel like you feel like this connection is a very strong one. It doesn't necessarily need to mean that you see them as a soulmate, but the soulmate card to me means that you view this as a very strong connection. You have quite a pull to this connection. Now, with the grounded card, I also feel at the same time this connection has a tendency to unground you. I feel like it has a tendency to trigger you in ways that maybe a connection never really has before. And I feel like that's triggering not just a growth maybe within the connection, but also growth within you as well. Now, this person has guides and protection. This person has a tendency to really try to protect themselves from, I feel like, emotional energy. Now, with this guides, it almost kind of feels like, this is getting real spiritual, but it feels like they receive messages about you. Like, I don't know if it's in dreams or if you're coming up in conversation a lot or whatever the case is. I just feel like this person always feels like surrounded by your presence in some way, shape, or form. But with the protection card, it also feels like they have a tendency to put a pretty big wall up, maybe when it comes to vulnerability. And I feel like that's ultimately why here in the middle you have transformation and water. I feel like this, with the water card, a very, very emotional energy. And I feel like this connection is very emotional, and it's pushing you to some sort of personal transformation here, Capricorn. It's causing you to have to dig deep. And I feel like it's probably mirroring this person as well. Like that this person is also probably dealing with that energy as well. Let's see, what colors do we have? We have orange and blue a lot, and we have this pink. I feel like it's almost like, you have the blue, which is the throat chakra, and the orange, which is the sacral chakra. And to me, this is about learning how to be vulnerable in a way, and almost like to the point where you're comfortable with vulnerability. And I feel like this connection really pushes you to have to do that, or has pushed you to have to do that in the past. But let's see. Let's start with Capricorn side of this connection, please. Grounded and soulmate. This is Capricorn side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. This is Capricorn side of the connection. Right now, there's an energy of not being too happy with this connection. This Nine of Cups, to me, it's like, it's not that you're necessarily upset with the connection, but I feel like you might be upset with the circumstances of it. You wish things were different. You wish, if it's long distance, you wish you lived in the same place. If they're busy a lot, you're busy a lot, you wish you guys had more time for each other. Like, it feels like you wish the circumstances of the connection were different. But I also feel, I want more on this Page of Pentacles in reverse, because it feels like you're waiting for a specific opportunity in this connection. Something that you feel will alleviate a lot of the conflict that exists here. Because I feel like you have possibly some anxiety about it, some worry, some fear about maybe the future of it, and you're wanting some sort of opportunity, either you take or they take some sort of action that alleviates the fear that exists in this. And that could be like, taking the next step in it, them telling you they love you, or them proposing, or moving in together, or something like that. but let me get more. This is for Capricorn side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. Capricorn side of the connection. See, but here's the thing that's interesting. You feel very... Okay. You're dealing with some unhappiness when it comes to your life outside of this connection. And I'm going to give you a bit of a truth bomb here. It feels like you often use this connection to distract from that. And that's okay. But make sure that there's not a level of chasing involved, because you could be trying to chase the connection to move to a new level. And that chasing is going to cause the connection to go further, to be pushed further and further away. Because I see that you want this 10 of Cups here with it. But it feels like there's a bit of chasing it. And make sure that you don't think that any kind of connection can alleviate unhappiness, because that's where you can get into the kind of realm of codependency and things of that nature. But let's see more for Capricorn side of this connection. This is for Capricorn side of the connection. See, yeah, okay. For some reason, this connection brings out a lot of fear in you. And I feel like that's where this grounded comes from. Now, I feel like it's twofold. I feel like this person is kind of your safe space, or used to be your safe space or something like that. But I also feel at the same time, when things aren't good in this connection, it really triggers you. And that's because I feel like there's this level of like, I mean, this is a tough truth, but there's this level of like using them to alleviate like fears of being alone or something like that, which makes sense. But I also just feel like this fear is going to keep popping up. So I want to see if I can give you more insight on how to handle the fear. Let's get more on the Moon card here. There's the Magician and the Sun in reverse, and then the Ten of Cups. So that's what I'm feeling here. You're unhappy. Like there's this level of not feeling very happy, I feel like, in your personal life. And the reason you want this connection to move to the next level is because you think that it's going to alleviate this unhappiness, but it's not. And that's a really kind of tricky energy to get into. But I also feel at the same time, let me get more here. I want to get more on this Sun in reverse. The Hermit in reverse. It's almost like this connection helps you not have to face your demons. And healthy connections can absolutely be the space for healing and give you both the space and the support for healing. So it's not like you never have to be fully healed to ever be in a connection and ever be to ever receive love or to receive your abundance or anything like that. So that's not what I'm saying. But it feels like there's this need to make sure that you're not, like, this kind of feels like a warning. Like you're not essentially relying on this person to make you happy. And I say that because I feel like if you do that, you are going to push this person away. Because it feels like this person has a tendency to, I mean, if you chase, right? If you chase, you're going to cause someone else to run away. It's just always going to be the case. Capricorn side of this connection. There's a common misconception in connections, especially these really, strong connections where you feel like, oh, this person, it's that whole like, this person's going to save me, right? And I'm not saying you have that. But what I am saying is that thought process can really get you in trouble when you do meet the right person. Because what happens is you forget who you are, you lose yourself in connection. And then at that point, it's not able to be a healthy connection that flows. And that's the other thing I get with this water energy here, is there is this need for this connection to flow a little bit more than it has. I feel like it's been, I don't exactly know what I'm trying to say here. I need you to bear with me because I really feel like there are some good messages coming out here. Let me get more for this Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Clarifying this Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the Two of Wands in reverse. See, okay. Because what happens is then you start to overthink and you start to get that kind of anxious like attachment to the connection. And that anxious attachment is going to be what pushes the connection away. But at the same time, I feel like it's about, because when I talk about the connection flowing, it's, you have to realize in any kind of connection, no matter who it's to, or even if it is a soulmate connection, it's never gonna be perfect. And I feel like there's a level of it when it's like, when this connection isn't perfect, it causes you to really, really overthink and to start really getting in your head and start questioning like, okay, well, am I doing the right, like, is this person the right person for me? Are we ever going to be okay? And it's almost like you enter that potential of sabotaging it, if that makes sense. This is different than what the readings I usually do. Clarifying Capricorn side of this connection. I'm interested to know what this person's dealing with. Because, yeah, there's this suppression. It's like there's emotional suppression on your side going on here. I want more on this Ace of Cups in reverse. But in what way? But there's that Page of Pentacles in reverse. It's up right here. I want more on this Page of Pentacles. I feel like this connection, what this is kind of saying is this connection is, it feels maybe like it's new, or it's still like has a lot of growing to do and a lot of potential, absolutely, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time for this to grow and evolve. Yeah, and that's why you're needing to be really, because you're needing to be really like cognizant of not trying to move too quick in it or chase it, because I feel like if you do that, this person's going to run the other way. And I don't think you want that. Or you have been chasing and this person is running the other way. And this connection's in separation. I don't feel like it is. I don't feel like this is a connection in separation, but this is a general reading, so do take it as it resonates. Let's get more for this person's side of the connection. This is the person that Capricorn's dealing with, side of the connection to Capricorn. This is the person that Capricorn is dealing with, side of the connection to Capricorn, please. What is this person dealing with when it comes to Capricorn, side of the connection? This person's side of the connection to Capricorn. See, they want to move forward with you too. They want a new beginning here too. Maybe they do feel like it's in separation. Or you guys are just distant from each other. Again, going back to that like long distance or something like that. I think what you need to realize from what I'm seeing here is this person wants the exact same things that you do. And I feel like you both just need to be like very aware of not rushing anything. Because I feel like that could cause things to not go so well. Let's get more here. For this person that Capricorn's dealing with, side of the connection to Capricorn. Interesting. 5 of Pentacles in reverse with the Chariot. I feel like, I mean, if this connection is in separation, they are feeling a loss. And if it's not, then they do also fear the loss of this too. Yeah, they also fear the loss of this. This is them. Whether you're male or female, this King of Pentacles is showing up. It's them. And I feel like that's what this whole thing is saying. Like, they want the same things that you do in this connection. But I feel like there's this level of like, maybe they tend to, because they have this protection card, like it feels like maybe they tend to take things a little slower than you do or something like that. And it's this need to kind of like, I don't know, like let that happen in a way. Let's get more for Capricorn side of the connection, or the person that Capricorn's dealing with, connection to Capricorn. This is the person that Capricorn is dealing with, side of the connection. They've spent a lot of time, I feel like reevaluating how they feel about this. Not like reevaluating, but like they've spent a lot of time analyzing this connection. This person can be very analytical or kind of an overthinker as well, which very much is you as well. Can I get more on this message? More on this message for Capricorn side, or the person that Capricorn's dealing with, side of the connection. The 10 of Wands. Ooh, what's this burden? Oh, there's the overthinking. Yeah, you both have this tendency to overthink. And I feel like that's why, like, this person it feels like this person's energy is actually quite similar to yours. And I feel like the biggest demise of this connection has been, or would be, not will be, but would be if either of you allowed your overthinking to dictate your decision making in the connection. This person's energy toward Capricorn, because they want the same things as you. This person's energy toward Capricorn. This person's energy toward Capricorn, please. Queen of Cups. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so you have the Queen of Cups with the Seven of Cups. This is literally kind of what I was saying. Your emotions, both of you guys, your emotions, and I talked about this because this is a very emotional connection, and not just like there is emotional connection between you two, but like this connection sparks a lot of emotions in both of you. And which could be seen as the same thing. But anyway, it feels like you both have a tendency to get really overwhelmed by the emotions that this connection brings out in you. And it feels like how this manifests into the connection is you use that to try to pull them closer, and they use that, or they respond to that, not use that, but you respond to that by trying to pull them closer, and they respond to that by trying to push you away. And I feel like that's where you kind of get the chaser runner dynamic. And they don't mean to push you away. I feel like it just kind of comes down to like, I mean, that's why they have this protection card, right? Fear of vulnerability, things of that sort. This person's connection toward Capricorn. this person's connection toward Capricorn, please. The Three of Pentacles, the Two of Cups in reverse, and the Three of Swords. I feel like they're pretty terrified of losing you. Or if they did, then they're feeling it. I mean, they have this Three of Swords here. But I feel like this is more talking about their fear of losing you. Their fear of losing you in a way. Can I get more on this Three of Pentacles and Two of Cups in reverse? Yeah, okay. See the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Wands, and then this Nine of Wands here. It feels like this person's willing to do whatever they can to provide for you. But I also feel like they struggle feeling that they're enough, be that materially, emotionally, financially, whatever the case is. Like, I feel like they struggle with feeling like they're enough. That's why they have a tendency to run. Because at the end of the day, I feel like their desire for this connection is the same, but I also feel like maybe they have a tendency to not be totally honest with themselves about that part either. I don't know though. I feel like this person really does have like a good heart. And I feel like they struggle with vulnerability a little bit. And I feel like that causes some conflict here. And so to you, you're like, oh, well, if we just throwing out situations, if we get engaged or if we take that next step or if we move in together, or even if this isn't romantic, like whatever the case is, if we take that next step together, then maybe like you'd feel different or there wouldn't be that lack of vulnerability. But that taking a next step in a relationship without getting to the point of being able to be vulnerable enough with each other is how a relationship usually comes to an end. So you do have to remember that. This person's energy toward Capricorn. This person might struggle with trust issues too. I mean, you could as well. You both have the Hermit in reverse. It's like you're both... It's interesting because I don't necessarily feel like this connection isn't together, but it feels like you're both kind of struggling with like either fear of being alone or current loneliness. Clarifying this Hermit in reverse. Oh no, that's what it's talking about. Their tendency to withdraw. That's what this is talking about. They have a tendency to withdraw from this. And I feel like that, I mean, with the Lovers in reverse, it's because they don't feel good enough. I mean, that's what it comes down to. They don't feel good enough for you. And so I feel like that in turn starts making you get really like anxious about the connection and things like that. So then you try to chase it, but then they kind of just pull away even more. So I feel like that's why you have this water and transformation, is there's this need to really allow for space in this connection if it's going to work long term. Let's hop on over to the extended. I am going to clarify the this middle part, the truth of the connection, where we have water and transformation. Pull 9 different messages for that, and then I have an advice card to pull at the end. So thank you guys so much as always for the support of my channel. I am going to start doing love readings every other week now, so it'll be general reading and then a love reading, and kind of just bouncing back and forth between those two. So thank you guys so much as always, and I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. Bye, Capricorn.